thing, I giving that. Them is the kind of gifts you could give me back. You see joy and thing, love and thing, I giving that. Hug up and thing, I giving that. Them is the kind of gifts you could give me back. Let this Christmas truly be this.
Hey, new music coming out from Mr. Brian London. I hope that you're listening and you're taking heed of the message in the music.
We had too much to give, let me start to live. We had too much to give, let me start to live. Live, love and laugh, let we start to give. This Christmas I want to do things a little different. No one go take away my joy and contentment. She said I'm spending money, boy, I not in that. I want to give you gifts that you could give back. You see joy and thing, I giving that. Love and thing, I giving that. Hug up and thing, I giving that. Them is the kind of gifts you could give me back. You see joy and thing, love and thing, I giving that. Hug up and thing, I giving that. Them is the kind of gifts you could give me back. Let this Christmas truly be the spirit of giving. Over the merriment, it's a time for sharing. I'm telling you, you don't have to have no money, nah. Just share some good vibes with somebody. I said jump for joy, jump for peace. Jump with your family at least. Jump for joy, jump for peace. And don't let the Christmas spirit cease. Jump for joy, jump for peace. Jump with your neighbor at least. Jump for joy, jump for peace. And don't let the Christmas spirit cease. You see joy and thing, love and thing, hug up and thing. Them is the kind of things you could give me back. You see joy and thing, love and thing, hug up and thing. Them is the kind of things you could give me back. You see joy and thing, I give in that. Love and thing, hug up and thing. Them is the kind of gifts you could give me back. We had too much to give, let me start to live. We had too much to give, let me start to live. Live, love and laugh, let me start to give. Jump for joy, jump for peace. Jump with your family at least. Jump for joy, jump for peace. And don't let the Christmas spirit cease. You see, jump for joy, jump for peace. Jump with your neighbor at least. Jump for joy and jump for peace. And don't let the Christmas spirit cease. You see, joy and thing, I give in that. Love and thing, I give in that. Hug up and thing, I give in that. Them is the kind of gifts you could give me back. You see, joy and thing, love and thing, I give in that. Hug up and thing, I give in that. Them is the kind of gifts you could give me back. We have too much to give, let we start to live. We have too much to give, let we start to live. We have too much to give, let we start to live. We have too much to give, let we start to live. Live, love and laugh, let we start to give. This Christmas I want to do things a little different. No one go take away my joy and contentment. She said I'm spending money, boy, I not in that. I want to give you gifts that you could give back. You see joy and thing, I give in that. Love and thing, I give in that. Hug up and thing, I give in that. Them is the kind of gifts you could give me back. You see joy and thing, love and thing, I give in that. Hug up and thing, I give in that. Them is the kind of gifts you could give me back. Let this Christmas truly be the spirit of giving. Over the merriment, it's a time for sharing. I'm telling you, you don't have to have no money, nah. Just share some good vibes with somebody. I said jump for joy, jump for peace. Jump with your family at least. Jump for joy, jump for peace. And don't let the Christmas spirit cease. Jump for joy, jump for peace. Jump with your neighbor at least. Jump for joy, jump for peace. And don't let the Christmas spirit cease. You see joy and thing, love and thing, hug up and thing. Them is the kind of things you could give me back. You see joy and thing, love and thing.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago and the world, I am with you. Join me on Facebook and on YouTube. Good afternoon to all my YouTubers. Good afternoon to all my Facebook people. Thank you very much always for logging on and being a part, telling me where you're from. I saw somebody sent me a message a while ago and told me that they're from Canada. Locked on from Canada. I'm really happy. I'll be happy when I'm a visitor. Peeps on, from different parts of the world. I'll be really, really happy and thankful, that you will take the time to come on and log on and listen and be aware of what's going on. So let me say good afternoon again to all the folks that are coming on to Facebook and the YouTube. I wonder how Facebook is looking. I didn't get a chance to look at Facebook, So I want to see what's happening on Facebook. Or my people who come on Facebook and share the live and get interactive with me. So it is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. We want to thank Mr. Wayne Delamore for being with us today. And I also want to thank Big Mike, Health and Wellness. And I want to also thank Mr. Miles for being with us today on the Street 919 FM, where information is king. All right? We continue to give you all the best information where health is concerned, to prepare your body for all the madness that's going on. All right? All the craziness that's happening. So I have some stuff I want to, first of all, we need to keep playing this from our friends in Tobago. All our listeners in Tobago, we want to keep playing and informing you and giving you the information that is happening. And yesterday, I would have played you a video. I played you a video yesterday that I want to play again today. If you missed it, you need to come onto Facebook and on YouTube to see it, because I think that this video is very educational, and it's a video that I think it is needed at this time, especially at this time, especially at this time in Tobago, where the Tobago House of Assembly elections is happening. So I want to jump in quick and just show this video, then I'm going to come back. And we do a flashback on a Wednesday. We do a flashback, and then we also show you some of the achievements of this government so far. So I want to do that also. All right, so let me show you this video, and then when I come back, I have a video that I want to show you also that I think some of you may have forgotten. So I'm going to show you that video also. Listen to this Trinidad and Tobago, and then I come back and take your calls and get interactive with you right here on the Street 919 FM.
It is important to note that the zipline project was not tendered for by the Division of Tourism, but by a separate arm of the Tobago House of Assembly. Additionally, sole select tendering was used, since in cases where high skill is required as per procurement law, sole select tendering is appropriate. Now, the fact is, money was paid up front as per the contractual requirement, and the zipline was not completed. Why is that? Well, we can go back to the Hansard records and refer to a statement by then Tourism Secretary under the Kelvin Charles administration, who said, "The project is currently on hold due to the reduction in the Tobago House of Assembly budgetary allocation, and the canopy tours was not identified as one of the priority projects to be undertaken during fiscal 2017-2018. In January 2020, current Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, Ansel Dennis, said that although payments were made in accordance with the service agreement established between the parties, the matter is currently engaging the attention of the Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation's legal representative. The last known current status of the zipline project is that it is currently in the hands of the Division of Tourism and their legal representatives. Do we leave it up to the staff and legal representatives of the Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation? Or should the Executive Council exercise their ability to get more actively involved as they did with the Festival Committee's hiring of the CEO? However, when allegations of corruption arise, it's important we examine it closely, put it under the microscope. Since journalists in Tobago fail to fairly address and unpack the corruption allegations, we will be taking a deeper look at these allegations, their credibility, and the leaders of the two mainstream parties in the upcoming Tobago House of Assembly THA election. So the PDP claimed to have documentary evidence of corruption in the Main Ridge Zipline project, which became the primary issue in the last THA election, and the driving force that led their momentum to achieve the 6-6 tie. 10 months on, we are now at a place where the PDP has failed to act on their promise to Tobago, where they had committed to forwarding this supposed evidence to the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Public Prosecutions, the Chief Secretary, media houses, and the public.
Furthermore, after having a cursory glance of the document, I can tell you there is need for me to forward a copy to Mr. Gary Griffith and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, because these matters must be fixed. And I want to tell the Chief Secretary tonight that I am also going to send him a copy. Since he waiting donkey years on a report, I will make a copy and I will be kind enough to send him one. And when he is ready anytime this week, I will put off my duties and I will hold a joint press conference with the Chief Secretary so we could tell Tobagonians, because I believe in transparency, I am not keeping this document for me alone to read. This document, I am going to ensure this document is given to every media house in this country. It has to be publicized.
After getting our hands on the stated documents of their material evidence, we will now take a deep dive into the verification of these allegations. First of all, the PDP came on the platform drawing reference to an Auditor General report and Executive Council notes. It was later discovered that what was put out into the public that the PDP was referring to was from a management letter and not highlighted in the Auditor General's report. First, one must understand what is the difference between a management letter and an audit report. Let's break down the difference. An audit report contains financial statement information related to the running of the Tobago House of Assembly. The report both reveals and highlights any and all significant internal control weaknesses that had been identified during the process of the financial examination process. Whereas a management letter, on the other hand, doesn't really have financial information included, but is merely a means of conveying to management procedural and or control deficiencies which require improvement. It may also point out potential human error, oversight, missing information, or any other observable structural area that needs tending to. While examining the Auditor General's report, there was nothing in the material documents obtained that was directly related to Tracy Davidson Celestine or to her portfolio as Secretary in the Division of Tourism, which she held at the time, nor was there any mention in the Auditor General's report of any wrongdoing on the part of any individual. But rather, it was a standard process in the reporting and auditing process being followed to obtain financial information which was subsequently obtained by the time the final report was completed. I now invite Tobagonians to visit the Auditor General's report on the public accounts of Trinidad and Tobago on their website, but more specifically, the accounts of the Tobago House of Assembly, which can also be seen via the Parliament website, the links of which will be provided in the caption of this video. You will be provided the relevant links. Having now examined all the evidence contained in the reports today with you, inclusive of the management letter referred to, absolutely nothing contained in them indicates any wrongdoing on the part of any secretary, administrator, and or individual concerned. But rather it was a request for missing financial accounting information that was eventually obtained and included in the final Auditor General report. Hence no mention of individuals was made. For example, in 2013, then Chief Secretary Orville London had cause to write to all administrators in the Tobago House of Assembly to request that they exercise an urgent, adequate, and professional response to and provide the Auditor General with any outstanding financial information requested, stating that a management letter was only sent if supporting documentation for spending on a particular item was not produced during an audit exercise by the Auditor General's department. So this proves it is a standard practice which the Tobago House of Assembly is all too familiar with.
Speaking of being challenged, you were challenged by the Labour Minister, Jennifer Baptiste Primus, when you suggested a couple of weeks ago that there were no audits. No one came to do the audits. And the minister responded personally with a letter under the letterhead of the Ministry of Labour, quoting the dates when individuals were scheduled to come and do those audits, and it never happened. They were prevented from doing so.
I now challenge the Minister of Labour to produce those letters to the public on those dates. Yeah? Stop manipulating the truth. Let her provide the hard copy of those letters.
We now take a dive into the PSA's audit, barely touched by Tobago journalists, as it pertains to the political leader of the PDP, who is also president of the Public Service Association, Watson Duke, and the allegations of his mismanagement of PSA finances. We examine the PSA's financial reports and statements, as well as the audit report ordered by High Court Justice Devendra Ramprasad in January 2020 and executed by E. Augustus Alexander and Company of the years 2014 to 2015, which all include a number of evidentiary documents which do, in fact, reveal that over the course of Mr. Duke's tenure, the PSA reported overspending that exceeded its income, creating a mammoth debt of $6.3 million in the last 4 years. The auditors noted an unusually high frequency of reimbursements to PSA President Watson Duke, questionable procurement practices, serious threat of defaulting on debt, and a pension plan in limbo, as the documents obtained will show. Not only do the documents show mismanagement, but the audited financial report also flagged a series of unethical expenditures over the years in personal travel for Duke and his associates, including but not limited to the purchase of a Mercedes-Benz PDL 61 for himself as president, which do in fact raise a number of procedural, procurement and financial concerns, especially in light of the deplorable financial state Mr. Duke has left the PSA in. Not to mention a number of High Court matters obtained against Mr. Duke and the PSA, which signal his continued personal culpability and lack of proper accounting practices, much of which he has sought to ignore. In light of all of this evidence, I will now invite Mr. Farley Augustine, Deputy Political Leader, to come to the table with the same energy, call a public meeting with the Chief Secretary, Ansel Dennis, and discuss these urgent matters with him and the people of Tobago, in addition to forwarding this evidence to the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Commissioner of Police, or risk being known once again as Flip-Flop Farley, who isn't consistent, but instead convenient.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday at 9:05 to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Welcome the Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylist Furniture Limited. 2 locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando, and 101 Crackness Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call today, 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylist Furniture Limited. Stylist Furniture Limited. For this time in you.
The Huddle Room reopens in partnership with Maracas Bake and Shock on Monday, October 18th. That's right, seaside flavor is in Central. Bake and Shock, aloo pies, kingfish, shrimp, and a daily menu of lunchtime favorites like stew chicken, macaroni pie, curry chicken, pilau, and so much more. Follow The Huddle Room and taste Maracas on social media. Bake and Shock is served from 10 a.m. and lunches from 11 a.m. We'll see you and your taste buds on Monday. The Huddle Room and Maracas Bake and Shock, the best of both worlds.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
TV remotes. What fun it is to choose prepaid and win cool giveaways. Oh, Home Alone, Pinocchio, Bad Santa, and the Grinch. Frozen 2, Elf and Scrooge, and Edward Scissorhands.
You'll be dashing through the shows this season with DirecTV Prepaid. Get free installation when you purchase a prepaid kit and receive $99 free credit when you activate and top up 30 days. Plus a chance to win a 55-inch smart TV or home entertainment system. DirecTV Prepaid has it all this season.
Okay, Rudolph, make a right. Then, hold on. Mrs. Claus sent a WhatsApp. The elves are hungry. Pick up a Royal Castle Queen bucket, a King bucket, some royal wings, a family meal, a few combos, some extra delicious coleslaw, crinkle-cut fries, potato salad, and a snack box for yourself. Oh, and don't forget that delicious honey mustard sauce. It's really lashing. Okay, Rudolph, let's get that delicious local Trini flavor. Royal Castle, here we come. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Happy holidays from Royal Castle.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle every Monday from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street, 919 FM.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home or, get this, You can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestateTT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keylon direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
And a lot of energy before taking the juice, right? Especially lime, the turmeric, and the ginger. Energy to burn it, can't stop not only the energy. And then I had a real mucus problem of the 4 moment to nothing happening. And then another thing, the sugar level. Before my sugar level is all 2 well, I am thinking, to my surprise, when I start checking it now and see it gone to 117, I was shocked, you know. So people, this thing is good, you know.
Try U-Juice today. Available at leading supermarkets nationwide or order online at ujuiceroots.com for free delivery.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour, and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Entertainment, information, conversation. All on Street 91.9 FM. The official station that defends the nation.
We have too much to give, let we start to live. We have too much to give, let we start to live. We have too much to give, let we start to live. We have too much to give, let we start to live. Live, love, and laugh, let we start to give. This Christmas I want to do things a little different. No one go take away my joy and contentment. Instead of spending money, boy, I not in that. I want to give you gifts that you could give back. You see joy and thing, I giving that. Love and thing, I giving that. Hug up and thing, I giving that. The the kind of gifts you could give me back. You see joy and thing. Love and thing, I giving that. Hug up and thing, I giving that. The kind of gifts you could give me back. Let this Christmas truly be the spirit of...
Well, Jonathan Bigo, I'm back with you. I hope that you listened to Bigo. You listened to what I played for you a while ago. And took proper information from it. I want to start off again, by thanking those of you who are on the live. So Tobago. I'm kind of joining and zooming into Tobago a little bit because I
mean no disrespect to the...
I want to play something for my Tobago brothers and sisters because I want to hear what you all have to say. I want to hear your views today. So I really want to give you all some time to share with me your views. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, you know what we started in this country, particularly those who support the UNC and PDP? That information is through investigative journalism. And I'm waiting to see what the other media houses will say about this. But you know what people are saying about this thing? You know, some of them are saying that this is a doctored video. And now they're asking the person who did that investigation how much the PNM is paying him. That's what I come to down Pastor Google. So, we could play that video how much donkey time? Then people then make up their mind.
Well, there are people who made up their minds already.
Yes,
we hear them from time to time.
Because they tarnish the woman name. They say call her Miss Zippy or Tricky Tracy. That is what they given Tracy to us. And now they're trying to tarnish Franca Corner, and this guy with the food cap issue. They're trying to tamper the VPN and they're trying to tarnish the names. I don't know, no, Pastor Google. And we're talking about it, Mr. Sally is a school teacher. Children typically look up towards him as a role model. You have a good day, Pastor. I go on.
All right, thank you very much. So I'll take some calls from Tobago. 342-0081, 466-5391. I want to hear from my Tobago brothers and sisters also. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Since this man knows that this woman was innocent, why this man was fronting his people and think I'm wrong and call up this woman name and all this thing and not apologizing to this young lady today? You could explain that to me? Why Sally do a young lady like that, a sister from Tobago? Why will he do such a act to that young lady and do not apologize and he going to get on with the paper in hand like he's sure about the evidence and he just tell that woman name? No man, something like that. No.
All right. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Can I get 1 minute, please?
Sure.
Pastor Google, in Joshua 11. This is for, I do not know this young lady. And this is what I got in my prayer time. Her name is Miss Franca Cordina. You understand? And right now, something came up on my Facebook page, and I see they're really destroying this lady's name, and they're just bringing her down to naught. And I'm saying, God is going to hamstring the enemy. Joshua 11 said, when the Amorites and the Hittites and the Ammonites come, they form alliance, even though they didn't like each other. And that is what PDP and UNC do. Even they were against each other. They form alliance to come against Israel. You understand? And when they come against Israel, God says, stand still and see that I am God. Stand still. Miss Franca Cordina, or whatever your name, in my first time I get your name, God is going to hamstring the enemy, the horse and the rider. That is the strength on the enemy. And because of what they're doing to you, God will never allow them to win. He will never allow them, because as a black woman, to see black men like Sally and them stand up and desecrate you, God is a just God, and He is there to be poor, because Rahab was a woman of the world, and God made her the great grandparent of David, you understand what people don't know the word. God used the base things of this world to confound the wise. God will raise you up. And don't matter what, go PNM people in Tobago, or you go down on a fast. Do stop answering with hatred words, because this is not all your battle. This is the battle for the soul of Tobago. This battle is the Lord's. This is a word from the throne to all you. Stop answering. Do not give the enemy joy in seeing people who know each other since all you grew up tear each other apart. This is not God. This is UNC type of politics that destroy all your family. It now starts. Get ready for the battle, because they come in. I tell you, they come in. They come in to destroy all you. In Jesus' name, stand strong.
All right, thank you. I have an interview tomorrow. I have an interview to do tomorrow. From about 11:05. My Tobago people, I have an interview to do tomorrow. I have an interview to do tomorrow. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, Pastor, good afternoon. Sorry about that early on.
I heard you. I heard everything you had to say.
You know what hurt me, boy? You know what hurt me about this whole upsetting thing? You know you don't have the evidence against the girl. And you come out in the media and make it sound like you have full evidence. Are you sure this young lady wasn't wrongdoing? Only call out the girl name and the flying thing, and had the young lady name looking so terrible out there in public. And you didn't have the evidence. And destroying a young lady name. Also, politics. You will destroy a stuff on Tobago name. Also, what? To win an election in Tobago. And you won't believe Pastor Google. I have somebody that's being supporting the TV, moving around with me. And no matter how they hear in these damn things with public servants and the money and all kind of things, this person still supporting this. They don't have no honor in them, you know. No matter what's wrong from right, some of them, you wonder how they was brought up, you know. Writing, and if Casey was involved in that foolishness, I wasn't supporting she, you know. No matter if I got PNM or UNC. But I wouldn't like a PNM person to be coming and spread propaganda and lie about somebody just in order to win a seat. We don't do that. And I ain't doing no part of that.
All right.
And Sally and them is disgusting.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Pastor Google, good afternoon to you and your callers. Yeah, Pastor Google, well, you know, we had to stay calm to it. I did call last week and I said I was concerned, and I am still concerned about the outcome of the election. But you know, a lot of your callers are praying people and people of the Bible. And we must know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will. And let me tell you something, the Lord don't like evil. The PDP, from my research and from what I read and what I see, are based on evil. And whether or not they win this election, I can tell you something. The evil that they do in the background, the evil that they do in front of our eyes, and they ignore it as if it was just normal, they would meet a fall that would crush their intentions. It would crush. And it will happen in such a way to magnify righteousness and to magnify the Lord. So I just wanna implore all of those supporting the PNM and those who are concerned, right? Let us be calm. Let us be calm. Let us trust that it is the Lord will that those of us who think in the right manner that we come out on the winning side this time. You know, because I can tell you that the lies and the Listen,
All right.
the Lord will have his way, Pastor.
Yeah,
Take
man.
care.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
You just...
Pastor Google.
Did you just call?
Yeah, I call about again. Sorry, I just want to add something. Those so-called church leaders in Tobago, these people are backing the PDP. Well, I wouldn't say not all, but some of them. And based on the ideologies of the PDP and their stance on jabbing in Tobago, all the folks have no problem with the leadership of Watson Duke. You know? But like I said again, continue trading that information there with these disciplines. I hope it gets through to some of them and realize that party is a walking question mark itself. Like I said again, that is a UNCB team in Tobago. You have a good day.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hey, Pastor Google, good day.
Hi, good day.
Yeah, man. Ah, boy. The Lord have you here doing a special. I watch you on the YouTube day. God bring you back, brother. You look good. Pastor Google?
Yes, sir.
You know something? How come Farley and Anson, that clip you playing with his zip line, how come Farley and Duke say that some kind of corruption was in the zip line, but no, you all have evidence here showing which by the former chief sec, Kelvin Charles, and them say no money was, how come Farley them and Anson back? Oh, I saw that lady call about that girl Franca Corner. I hear that little girl talk. I think she's a special one, you know. I think of Farley might get some trouble with Franca Corner, you know. I've been Farley too bad, you know. Pastor?
Yeah.
You know, the lady come out and she said like she get a little vision or something. But that little girl is trouble, Pastor Google. Right? Nice program, enjoying it, man. Take care.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, afternoon.
Good afternoon to listeners for Constructive Talk on 91.9. Everybody. Pastor Google, I too want to call out Mr. Farley Chavez. Is it Augustus or Augustine? I'm not sure which one. If I want to call him out because it is very disconcerting that just recently for the THA election that went before, he was calling out Miss Tracy Davidson Celestin about the zip line. All of us here zip line, and the woman name was dragging here, dragging there, and they have up a line and they're running down it and they're running down on this side, all that. And we hear now it was just a manager report. We had nothing to do with the woman naming it, nothing at all. It's just a normal thing. If some information missing, the Auditor General has asked, and that's a normal process. But you know, an audit report come out of PSA. Now they can't tell we can't get in politics because Watson to pull the PSA into politics and join with the PDP, so we all up in the business. An audit report, a PSA come out. We're saying $6.3 million are accounted for 14-15 period, and assets can be accounted for, and Watson Group name all in the middle. But Farley Augustine, here talking nothing about that. I want to ask Mr. Farley, are you a man or a Mickey Mouse man? Which one? Because it's a strong man with moral ethics. You will not stand up next to Watson Solomon Duke with all these things going on. So I had to say, the opponents was that the thief, and we know Watson Duke is a thief because he said so with his own mouth, you know. Last year, I'm not saying long, Pastor. Last year, when he was asked question by a Fearless Warrior, did you resign from PSA? Did you get any money? He said no. And then he come back and say, I will tell all of my business, I take you over $500,000. 500, right? And I went and I launched my PDP. I do this, I buy jersey, all kind of thing, whatever. So that is a lie. And he ain't resign. He said, I changed my mind and he ain't bring back the money. So if you take something that is not yours, you thief it. So Watson Solomon Duke is a thief and he does lie. And Farley stand up next to him and supporting that. I had to say you probably the same thing too. Based on that the enabler is worse than the thief. The upholder is worse than the thief. So Farley Augustus, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. And to the young lady who talk about, listen, Miss Sarisha Hackett, darling, I hear you as a teacher, I don't know true. But let's do some African history now. Because the enslaved Africans who came here, we ancestors, they didn't have no dream when they crossed in the Atlantic because they were kidnapped, raped, mutilated, tortured to get on that ship. And some of them, when they get the opportunity, jump off the same ship. Millions of them dead on that middle passage. Me and our dream you talking about, they had when they come in new territory, and that's the dream of PDP selling, and that's the Tobago dream. Miss Lady, let me tell you something, eh? When you're talking, you talk the right thing now, because that's the Tobago dream you talking about. With slaves kidnap and come here, and enslavement with massa over them, then you have to be a massa child, Miss Lady. I'll go on.
Watch this video. Watch this video. I'll come back to the phone lines. Watch this video. Listen to this video, and then you all tell me what you think. Listen to that flashback. Remember this flashback Wednesday? We do not flashback on Watson. Listen, Watson. Listen to this.
Imagine, I mean no disrespect to the Indian community, no disrespect. All right? But in Tobago, we are celebrating Indian arrival day in Tobago. Do you think about that? That's a slap in the face, right? In Tobago, we are celebrating Indian arrival day. Yeah, because the Indians arrive in Tobago. That's how much they are destroying our culture in Tobago. There's no African arrival day in Tobago. There was a place in Tobago.
You all heard that? You all heard that? Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Pastor Coco. A news come out yesterday on 95.5, right? They said the fella to go to court 3 times. The charge with the character with you at that charge. Yeah, man?
Say that again?
Salina. On 90.55 yesterday, the fella guy directly say, to go to court anytime, your man put him in court.
Yeah, she put him in court. She did put him in court.
Right, the charge with definition of character with you are the most serious charge. You get?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go to court anytime now.
Lovely. Thank
right?
you.
So
Yeah,
you charge, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, come on 90.5 and listen, right?
Yeah, man. Thanks very much.
Wish me need.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
How are you going, man? Good. You know, this day I love the best.
I wonder why.
It does bring back memories. You know, because Trinidadians and Tobagonians have a way, it's a 9-day memory. So let us keep it alive. You ever see a man running a campaign and shooting his own self in the foot?
Well, I have some videos to show of that.
Because imagine you going to, when you getting money to give people that kind of money before Christmas, if you win, every secretary will get them thousands of dollars, millions. Where you getting it? You know, if people really serious to be going and so they think, please, and know that all you have good, sensible people. Don't let me down. Because you can't have a man telling you that. Don't tell me that it's just a money culture. That is why they're there. So they don't want no betterment for Tobago. So people, all they get real. Pastor, run the videos, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen to this video, Trinidad and Tobago. We're doing our flashback. Listen to this. This was in 2018. Listen to this.
But we have already touched it, and you said you are not supporting secession. Did your political leader, Mr. Watson Dew, ever proffer secession?
In 2018, and I want to go slowly so that I can be very clear, because I recognize whenever these discussions arise, whenever Tobago asks for autonomy, there's a historical red herring that is always thrown on the table. And that historical red herring is that some people want secession. So you're asking for too much. In 2018, October 2018, to be precise, Mr. Duke brought to the public the concept of an independent Tobago.
All this that I read, like with Tracy Davidson Celestin saying, she claimed that, well, what she said is that a major part of the legislation is recognizes Tobago as an equal partner with Trinidad. Yes. But you're not asking for partnership. You're asking for independence, basically. Yes. Now,
That is what we are preferring at this time. That is what we since then. So we corrected the record by the end of 2018. It came back up now because people think it's politically opportune to bring it up now. But I will be very honest to say yes, Mr. Duke did place in the public square for debate the issue of an independent Tobago. Yes, he did. No denying. But the PDP has not asked Trinidad for independence. And
so for the record, you are stating, because I want us to move on to the compromise. For the record, you are stating that you not advocating secession, and you are also stating that while Mr. Duke said in the past about secession and pronounced on it, you are stating that now as a party and Mr. Duke that it is not secession that you all are aiming.
Correct. And if you listen,
we could go fully independent if we want to. That is what we want. And anybody, any single body in my party, outside of my party, who say different, I will challenge him. Because
what it is you're hearing there? I'm going to take some calls only from Tobago. I want to get some calls from Tobago people. If you're listening to me, I know that you're listening to me from Tobago, I want you to call in and tell me what are your thoughts about what you just heard. 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791. Send a voice note to 771-1791 and 466-5391. I want the Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad callers, give the Tobago listeners an opportunity to call in. All right? Give my Tobago people an opportunity to call in. Let's hear what they have to say. What are your thoughts about what you just heard? Only want to hear from you from Tobago, eh? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. I'm not sure if you will get much Tobago people because they bump you off the air from the time you started talking about Tobago callers to call in. So today not getting you on the radio. So few people who on the YouTube and Facebook, they might get you. Right? With that Sally and Watson thing there, I don't know if it is tail wagging the dog or the dog wagging the tail. Nobody knows their head from the foot right now, what's going on in that party. A bunch of liars and imps and pimps and chimps. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. The lady say a pack of imps and shrimps and pimps. Oh God, you're sounding like your prime minister, Miss Lady. So, Tobago callers, let me see if there's anybody listening to me on YouTube, Facebook, and you're from Tobago and you want to call in and tell me what are your thoughts about what you just heard.
Comes from some village there in Tobago. He say his father is Tobago's best fisherman.
Hello, good afternoon.
Well, you know what, them ain't calling. So let me tell you, I want to berate my PNM. I say PNM, the PR of the party. Why Tobago not hearing you all now? How we going to get the message across? I don't talk.
All right. Listen to this one, Trinidad then. Trinidad, listen to this one. Call the YouTube and listen to this.
As your next chief secretary, I assure you that I will be man enough to put on my jacket suit, find my best suit, catch a plane and go into Port of Spain and sit down with the two parties in Trinidad and negotiate for Tobago, autonomy for Tobago, and let them know this is past due. The truth is, we were promised it more than 5 years ago, and we were told if we had PNM in Trinidad and PNM in Tobago, we will get it. The entire term lapsed, and it was never brought to the House. Then coming to the close of that last term, the Prime Minister, our Tobagonian Prime Minister, came and said to us that they did not have the special majority to pass it, so he did not take it to the House. That was cock and bull story. Because guess what? They still not get a special majority. And in fact, they have less of a majority now to pass it. And so what is required is skillful negotiation with the both parties in Trinidad. Not one or the other, but both parties in Trinidad. Because this issue of autonomy for Tobago is not a PNM issue, is not a PDP issue, is a Tobagonian issue. It's an issue that involves all of us and require all our attention.
A few moments later.
What do you think of the UNC's contribution towards the bill?
I think the UNC's contribution towards the bill could have been more solid than they were. I think so. And I'm on public record as saying that I think one of my regrets is that perhaps I just completely divorced myself from the national parliament.
But my question then is, a part of the approach is we've had the Joint Select Committee, we've had the consultations, right? And it's not like they were brand new, it's not like they were happening, surprise at a consultation. These things were planned in advance. You were even invited, and you showed up to one of them, and you didn't really make much of a contribution.
Actually, I showed up to more than one of them.
Okay. But what was the... you haven't been noted for making much contribution in those particular the PDP and the other parties. You mentioned the corralling before, right? And you guys signed a document with 6 issues that were outstanding in the bill that you didn't see in the bill that you wanted adjusted initially, right? Six issues were the main thing. So then, in that case, why didn't you guys just support the bill and then get the amendments when it goes to the Senate?
Thanks. And because so much is required to be done, at least passing the existing legislation, as imperfect as it may be, would it not be a step in the right direction? Because many have argued in Tobago that they waited 40 years for this.
The lion agreed, saying the topic will pick is alright with me. He outrageous, I strong, let we meet head on. And when we done, see who head fit to wear the crown. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie? You hear lie?
Teacher Percy say if you tell a lie, you go into hell as soon as you die.
Let it go. Let it go. Shook it up.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, Pastor Google.
Yes.
I just had to call back in. Let me tell you some people, we in a political war. Political war. We fighting to wrestle PNM to get back into office into Tobago and not have Watson Duke and that ban or whatever you have with him. And there are the women taking the fight, Maroli, all the Mazina, everybody taking the fight, singing positive, we go win, PNM go win. And some of these men calling in, Alana, how things looking, and I go, if you have the faith of God inside of you, you're talking with confidence, PNM is going to win in Tobago. That's how we have to talk when them people call in and say, we go look at PNM, and we're talking brave and things. We know on the side of truth and righteousness and morals and ethics talking the Sophie. Well, no stop it off when they call in here and say we're going to win. PNM is going to win. Don't just tell her the women alone fighting. Some of them men only calling talk with more damn authority and all their voice now, man. All the song just like Sally sometimes and all they calling. We don't want that kind of stupid vibes. Today's Friday. We're going to win. We're going to beat them in the East, West, North, and South and Tobago. Sally and Duke and them cannot sit down in the powers there, the state authority in THA. All the I'm telling you, let me song it, let me say it. What I'm telling you, I want to hear this kind of talking, like, it's a looking kind of thing, and saying, what I'm telling you, we beaten them, boy. We beaten them again.
So look at this video. I'm going to show you all another video. I'm pulling back all these old videos, just to remind you. So how many of you remember this video?
Tell me last words. Rowley, pray to God, Rowley, that we don't win those 2 seats and we don't become kingmakers. I tell you something tonight. I will make sure I dig up every single file on you and I will lock your ass up. I will lock your ass up, Rowley. These are my last words tonight. Understand that? I'm making a plan. I will hunt you like a dog. And I will lock you up tonight, Rowley. You don't love me, you don't love my family. You don't love my family. And that's some words spoke to other people too. That's my last words. I don't know tonight. On the Facebook, there's some dirty stinking girls. One name Melanie. What's my Lord? That's my last words. I'm business tonight. These are my dirty stinking girls. Melanie, Robert Rajman. I know them, I know. They want to stick up my name. I ain't going along with it. And next one, them Franca. So this thing I want to sit up here to court. You will have a day in court. And when I take you in court, I put a senior counsel, produce all the evidence. That's what I'm going to say. Folks, these are my last words today, you know.
Now tell me. Now you tell me. That's all they want as a leader in Tobago? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Mr. Farley was just talking about implying that the PNM and give them no autonomy and they waited for so long, etc., right?
Mm-hmm.
However, he said that if he should get into the THA, he coming down to talk to both sides. Now, Mr. Farley already started to talk to the UNC. Didn't they, in the autonomy bill discussion, said that they got a letter from him as PDP leader and also from Hochul Charles saying that they didn't get enough consultation?
Yes.
All right, so then he already telling us which side it is that he really having a better relationship with.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Pastor Google.
Uh-huh.
Hello. You see the Franca girl? The young lady?
Yeah.
I hear that little girl talk the other night. Hear me? You could say what they want. Win, loss, or draw. That is one for the future. You know that? You hear that little girl talk? That is one for the future. I ain't talking for this election. I'm talking about for the future. Mark my word. Go on.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello?
Pastor Google.
Yes, sir. Hello?
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I cannot understand the behavior of those women who were parading with underwear, right? And Duke say, oh God, it's hot. I can't understand that behavior at all.
Right.
But what I really want to say is that the PNM needs to do a 3-day fast, prayer and fast. And Pastor Google, you know the importance of that, to break whatever, right?
Right.
I think the PNM needs, I heard Sister Jenny's opinion with the men and their voice and they're talking with power and thing, but I know the power, and you know too, Pastor, the power of prayer and fast that Esther did, right? Esther and with that, right?
All right.
In the Bible. PNM had to do that.
Thank you.
You have to break that whatever it is coming up against them. Pray and fast.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Pastor.
Pastor Google, good afternoon. As we on Flashback Wednesday, let's flash back to last month when everybody went in Parliament in black. And you notice from since then, it have a juke side in Tobago and a juke side here. Everybody protesting with black flag. Them black flag are part of the PDP support from Trinidad.
Very interesting. Nice.
Good evening, Pastor Google. Lord, calling from Tobago. Well, you know, I can't get in at all. I tried about 6 times, so I decided to send a voice message. PDP trying to pull down Franca. Now, not everybody was into PNM. I can clearly remember when she did the interview with Dominic, I think someday last week. She indicated that she was going down a certain path, and then when she reconsidered, she realized she was on the wrong path, and she made a turnaround. No, everybody wasn't born into PNMs, so if you said something in the past, and they want to pull it up back, and try to put that on her, well, so be it. But I am praying for Franca, and I know she will do a very good job, right? The blood of Jesus would cover her. And no weapon formed against her will prosper. right? It have people who in the PNM now that were never PNM who said certain things and they're in the PNM right now. Vice versa. You understand? So, who he would without sin, let them cast the first stone.
Nice music.
Also, Pastor Google, as soon as you start asking for Tobago people to call in, well, you know they bump you off the air in Tobago. Right? So you might not get much Tobagonians calling in, because, you know, most people listen on the radio.
PDP's next stop.
Pastor G, the young lady had a problem with governance in her constituency. And the best way she could see to correct that is to put herself up as a candidate and fix the things that she was seeing going wrong for the youths in her area. I see nothing wrong with that. So why they're trying to discourage her from doing what she thinks she should be doing right?
Pastor Google, good afternoon. Pastor Google, people don't understand the implications or the implication of Mr. Duke and his party governing Tobago. Look at it on an international scale. People looking at the type of people that will be governing our country. What kind of people, I mean, you're already done in a mess already in Trinidad. And then to see what's going on in Tobago. Pastor Google, good afternoon. Pastor Google, it have people in Tobago and even in Trinidad are talking about people of influence and affluence. They're seeing what's going on. They're seeing the degradation. But yet they will let this thing run its course only because they have the hatred for Kid Rowley and the PNM, you know. Do or die. That's how they're going, you know, man. They will let it run its course. That's the kind of people we have hiding behind the curtain in Trinidad.
There is. The UNC PDP has a very efficient propaganda social media machinery. And this is one of the issues people have been saying and keep saying with regards to the PNM. Their communication skills is sadly and sorely lacking. When the PNM loses Tobago, it will be wholly and solely their fault, no one else's. We cannot fault the UNC PDP for spreading false information so effectively, but we can fault the PNM for not consistently sharing correct and proper information on a continuous basis to educate the masses. Because that video you showed just goes to show that the information is there, the information is genuine, but the information is not being known. Stop trying to bad talk Wati and Fali. We know they are corrupted. What they have done is in the public domain. Who don't want to understand and see that? That is their foolish belief. Counteract the propaganda by putting the truth out there. It is unfortunate we do not have any real investigative journalists in this country anymore, and we don't have real journalism that takes place. Journalism is supposed to be bringing information to the public on both sides of the issue and let the people decide. What we have is opinionators with public affiliation and political narrative. That is all we have. We don't have media. Everybody has a political agenda for self-acclamation. The PNM losing this fight because of their own fault. I will say one thing further. You see the PNM candidate that went up on a political platform and state he does get so much food card that he own ministers and them to say, oh, you getting so much. Whatever the reason why he said that, it was a foolish statement to make, knowing that the whole food card fiasco that took place the last election and continues to happen and all the fraud that took place with it. How you gonna say even your own ministers just want to know how you just get so much? So like you alone just get a special batch of food card? He should step down. He is sabotaging the elections of the PNM and Tobago. He dies what he do by that statement. He needs to step down. An apology alone can suffice for that erroneous statement. Because you already put it out there, so it's in the hearts and minds of many, and makes good fodder for the UNC. It was a stupid, foolish statement for him to make.
Google, do you have the clip where Fali had said that he sent in a resignation letter from the PDP party, and when he was asked the question after, he started saying parang, talking about I started stutter and say he did not actually submit the letter. If you find that video, please play it for me, please. Thank you very much.
We might see a man to get fixed up, to get fixed up. I wondering what you going and fix. These people life you want mess up, all you want mess up. But when the table's done, demons are gonna run you down. From sunrise to sundown, you go have nowhere to run. Look along, I'm telling ya. See the father and the son. What is black magic you like? And chanting them voodoo song. But we don't pray them. When they send them demons, no we don't pray them. If they're walking over, no we don't pray them. With your suku saga, no we don't pray them. With their wushu washa. Ooya, ooya, ooya. Ooya, ooya, ooya.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Yes, sir.
Imagine hear what Duke saying. People want to stink up his name. They guy coming from Pastor Google. You see, woman he can't beat up on. This is written on. You listening?
Yeah.
He cannot beat up on. He have to find some other way to make sure that he discredit them or belittle them. But Mr. Duke and Lion Fali, the day is coming December 6th. And the caller who gave a voicemail about PNM losing and this statement and that statement. But brother man, listen to what Duke and Fali and them saying and condemn them statements before you look to condemn any other statement. Thank you very much, Pastor Google.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. The caller, the voice note asked me to play this. I'm going to play it now. I want you all to listen to what the caller asked me to play. I'm going to play the video also so that you can see it and you can also hear it on the Street 919 FM.
Last year that you wanted to resign from the PDP.
Last year, I offered the executive of this party my resignation.
You're on record as saying that you wanted to call it a day. That was it last year that you wanted to resign from the PDP?
I spoke about this several times.
That you wanted to resign from the PDP?
Last year, I offered the executive of this party my resignation.
You're on record as saying that you wanted to call it a day. That was it last year that you wanted to resign from the PDP?
I spoke about this several times. That at one I did not handing a resignation. I told him that I was considering it.
Last year, I offered the executive of this party my resignation.
Because that is in the public domain.
Oh sure, and it's not the first time I spoke about.
I offered the executive of this party my resignation.
But was it last year that you wanted to resign from the PDP?
That at one, I did not hand in a resignation.
Fali Augustine is a liar. He's a puppet of Watson Duke.
And that was my friend in Tobago who's listening, and she asked me to play it. I hope you heard it. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Google.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Are you hearing me good? All right. I agree totally with the voice note that went before the caller. And I always think about why the people of the PNM party who come out and talk show hosts, callers, they keep bashing and beating up on one thing all the time. We have had Watson Duke with us in this kind of way since PSA. He won 2 PSA elections. He come and he went to Tobago and got a seat and hold 6 seats in the assembly. This beating up on Watson Duke is not working. And I don't know why we continue in that way. It is not working. The people of Tobago don't want to, the ones who voted Watson Duke don't want to hear about what Trinidad have to say about Watson Duke. What's going on now? The youth, you see what Robinson, Robinson, what spiritual values. Youth these days don't care about no moral and spiritual values. They want what they want, and any vehicle they can get it on, that is where they go. So, beating up on Watson Duke and Fali and whoever, that will not work in this election. PNM have done so much with the Tobago and they have to put their own horn. I don't know why the PNM feel they must let people see and people must see what they do and whatever. You have to come out and toot your own horn. The people who talk about Fali, Dr. Kamala Prasad and what you the most, who give them the most airplay and PPN to host, especially on this station. We promote these people, we promote them, I say up here for a while because I find that it's tripping.
All right.
We keep promoting them.
Thank you.
What happened to what the PNM do and promoting the PNM? What happened to promoting
caller. I hear you, and what you're saying, you may have some truth to it, but all what you're saying is not true. It's not true. If you listen to me, if you had listened to my program last week, Wednesday, you would not have, you can't say that. But again, everybody have their view, and we allow you all to have your, to say your take on it. All right? And I have a different view to that, and I think we could get into it. I don't mind getting into that discussion. I don't mind at all. But if you don't talk about it, if you don't talk about the rubbish that or the inconsistencies and the other stuff, I want to have that discussion. I think that's where I have to leave it. But we're going to have that discussion. It's a good discussion to have. Don't talk about the ills or the nonsense the UNC do, or the nonsense they're still doing and still saying. Don't talk about that. Just talk about the good that the PNM do, and that will help us win the next general election. That's the discussion that we want to have. And I want to have that discussion. I think because that caller, she always calls in and says that. And to the voice note guy, I wish I could have a discussion with you two. Because the gentleman would have made his statements just like a lot of other politicians in the PNM who make the wrong statements. That means I must go. But again, that's how we have it. That's how we take it. Here's how I have to leave it. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
You tell her, are you going to hell as soon as you